We have just a minute or so left, and I want to ask you to quickly think with us about the future of Russia. There's a presidential election later this month. I want to say a mock presidential election in Russia. But I'm curious, Mike, how you see the future, assuming now that Putin doesn't take Kyiv, that for whatever combination of reasons, he's not triumphant in Ukraine. Do you see Russia in a period of long-term decline? What's the Russia that you would expect to see 10 years from now, assuming, as I say, that they're not successful in Ukraine?
So I'd say two things. So one, I already think Russia's in long-term decline right now. We get fooled when we look at GDP numbers because of big spending. But Russia today, had they gone in a more democratic, market-friendly way in 2000, could be one of the richest countries in the world. Could most certainly be the most powerful democratic country in the world had Putin not veered in this opposite way. Putin is killing innovation inside Russia. He's chasing away the best and the brightest. I just spoke to, well, I should be careful about reporting on things that are not public, but you wouldn't be surprised that some of the most talented people in Russia that created some of the best companies in Russia are now living in the United States and Israel because there's no room for them in Putin's Russia. He's killed investment. ExxonMobil, that was a $500 billion deal that was going to bring all kinds of technology to Russia. It's dead and it's never coming back. So, and 1 million people have left Russia. The best and the brightest have left. They live here in Palo Alto with me. That's part of the decline. And I think tragically that'll continue while Putin is in power. And I don't see any scenarios that he'll be overthrown. Tragically, he's constructed a pretty effective dictatorship. However, after Putin, I think all bets are off. I don't see long-term institutions as he's created. I don't see a successor. I don't see a political party. I don't see an ideology besides this personalistic dictatorship that lasts. And I know lots of people, even to this day, I've been on sanctions list for a decade. I still talk to people in that regime that lament the way it's gone. So I think the day after Putin will be a tumultuous time. I'm not brave enough to try to predict the way it might go, but the idea that it will be a totalitarian dictatorship for decades to come, that to me is the much more unlikely outcome. As you say, 10 years out, 2 years out, yes. 10 years out, no. 20 years out, absolutely not. And the last thing I would say on this, David, if you look at who supports Putin and who does not, the future does not. The younger you are, the more educated you are, the more urban place you live, the richer you are, the less likely you are to support Putin. And that's the future of Russia. And they are not with Putin and Putinism.